I'm going to tell you how I got both GMT Master 2 from my AD directly, how long I need to wait, the timeline, the price, how much I need to spend to get both watches. Let me know what do you think, or if you have any questions. Let's get right into the video. So I want to start with my GMT Master 2 in the oyster steel everose gold, aka ruby first. The watch is in the 40mm and it has the bi-directional rotatable 24-hour gradual bezel. I really like the beautiful shade of the ever rose gold. You can kind of tell all my accessories are in rose gold as well. For those of you who are not familiar with how Rolex system works, it's kind of similar as Hermes, and you have to buy easy to get watches from Rolex in order to get those hard to get watches like the sports watches from Rolex. The easier to get ones in Rolex are like Datejust, the Day, and relatively speaking compared to this one, they're easier. Ruby is not the most difficult one to get among all the sports watches, but it's still not that easy to get, and it's impossible for you to just walk in and say I want one. Basically, you need to have some sort of purchase history with your AD before you can get offered one like Ruby. Before I got my Ruby, I have zero purchase history with my AD, and the only reason I was able to get it is because I got super lucky, and one of our friend, he got offered this Ruby by this AD, and I actually asked him what was his purchase history before he was offered this ruby. So actually he got one Datejust under his profile before this purchase, and that Datejust was around $13,000. And in January 2020, the AD offered it to him, and he asked me, and I was like, I gotta have to pick up this watch immediately. So that was the time I purchased this watch. So basically zero wait time. And if you want to think about purchase history, it was around $13,000 under his profile. So I was able to purchase this ruby because of his help in 2020. It's definitely possible if you have one Datejust under your profile, you ask your AD and you have a good relationship with your AD, it's definitely possible to get one in 2020. My ruby, I look at it when I purchased it in 2020 January, and the retail price back then it was $14,800, and after tax I paid $16,058.10, and I checked the Rolex price for ruby right before I made this video. So now in 2022, which is 2 years after, the same ruby is currently retail for $15,250, which is $450 more expensive. So to summarize, and the purchase history toward this ruby, it was $13,000. If you can get some help from your friends, definitely get some help, and because it will totally speed up your process getting a hard to get Rolex for you. Another really important thing I got out of this, which is priceless, is my relationship with my SA. And I have a really good relationship with my Rolex SA because I simply like her as a person, and we chat from time to time, even not about Rolex, and we're still talking to each other like pretty frequent basis. And I would say, and she also sent me flowers and a card on holidays and all the occasions. Super sweet, and I just love her. And I think the relationship I got out of this experience from my friend is priceless. Next, I'm gonna talk about the purchase history, price, all the details about this Rolex GMT Master 2 in the oyster steel, which is also called Batgirl with the Jubilee bracelet. It's also in the 40mm size and a bi-directional rotatable bezel. It's basically the same one as my ruby, but in a different material and a color. A lot of you may know because Batgirl or Batman is actually more affordable than my root beer. That's why it's even harder to get. And there's definitely, you can't get away without any purchase history with the AD in order to get one. Ever since I got my root beer, we opened an account with the same AD because I really like her and she was really nice. I put this root beer under our account with the AD and this one counts. And also what's more funny is that day our friend that introduced this AD to us also purchased another Datejust for his girlfriend, back then girlfriend, now wife, and a Datejust, and they put that Datejust under our account because he is a totally watch collector and lover. He's totally experienced in this, and he has account with other AD where he made more purchases, so he didn't really care about that Datejust purchase and he would rather give that credit like to us. So he was really nice and generous enough. His Datejust he purchased that day is $12,700 and after tax is $13,779.50 after tax that day. So on that day we had 2 watches under our account with our AD in January 2020. So I didn't express my interest in Batgirl or Batman immediately after our purchase. I waited for a few months. At that time, around summertime, I wanted to get my mom a Datejust as a gift because she was spending time with me and I really appreciated all the help. And I think it's something for her to cherish and memorize. So we went to the same AD. So in July 2020, I picked up a Datejust 31 in everose gold and oyster steel two-tone with the rose gold dial. I also have an unboxing video which I'll link it down below for you to check it out if you are interested. That day was me express my interest in Batgirl and I told my SA, whatever you have, Batgirl or Batman, I would love to have one. So my SA was really nice and she was like, I got you girl, and just wait for my good news. And a few months later, and it was around November 2020, I got a call from my SA to ask me to pick up the Batgirl and I was so happy and I was super excited. I calculated the wait time is actually about 4 months by the time I started to express my interest until I pick up this watch. So 4 months time. With our account at that time, I have 3 watches, 2 Datejust and 1 root beer. If you count the total value, which I added up the total value, it's about $43,616 under our account with the AD before we were able to purchase this Batgirl. The Batgirl's price is $9,700 pre-tax and after tax it's $10,524.75 in 2020. So today I look at the price for the Batgirl, it has increased to $10,750, which is $1,050 price increase in a little over 1 year's time. So that you can tell that Batgirl is, or Batman, it's just so popular and it's really hard to get, right? And that's why the price is keep going higher and higher. Next, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the current situation, which may help you to get your Rolex. Before, you know how we were able to purchase the 2 same watches from the same AD on the one account, right? Now it's totally impossible because my SA told me now that they do not allow same type of watch in different color. For example, like 2 GMT Master on the same account. It's impossible because I told her that I may want to get a Pepsi in the future. She's like, yeah, no, impossible anymore because they want to prevent that people are buying it as reseller and resell these watches to make more money. If you want to purchase like same watch in different color or style, like you kind of have to have 2 different accounts. If you have 2 different accounts, that means that you have to spend more to build up the history, right? I definitely feel like super lucky that I was able to get both of the Root Beer and the Batgirl, and just like so grateful for her. Also, we got in at the right time. It was earlier. So nowadays what's happening is, you know how the inventory production all got impacted, so they get less watches. And one big change is at some point of last year, they don't even have any watches for purchase. They just not getting any watches. You know, I was after another watch. If you watched my luxury wish list video, originally my SA promised me that I will be able to get it if I get one more Datejust, but it's like now it's like with the current inventory situation, she told me that she was completely being honest, that she was like not possible at all based on the current situation. After New Year in 2022, they start getting some new watches. They gradually receiving some delivery, but the difference is that at this point that, you know, like how you were able to customize your Datejust and just pay a deposit, and any watches that they don't have it available, they can make the Datejust for you. But now simply after the new year, they just stop taking all the deposit. Like you can only buy whatever they have it for you. My SA told me it's because that Rolex wanted to be able to make the watch that they want to make, and that they want to be able to keep up with their production. So the only thing you can do is basically tell your SA what you want in advance, and once the watches arrives, and then she will tell you they have it available, but you have to pick it up immediately on the same day because they cannot hold the watches for you either. Whatever becomes available, if you want it, you have to grab it immediately, which is so different from before. I hope my spending history, wait time, price, and the current situation is helpful for you. Leave me a comment down below to let me know your recent Rolex experience, or if you have any additional questions, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.